Hello, welcome to Bible study time and welcome to my quiet time Bible study. This is the time where I invite you to come and join me in the comfort of my prayer room where we discuss different topics to do with the Most High Creator, God of the universe, the God of all gods, the God of all spirits. And my Hebrew name is Ahava, which is one of the many ways that you can say the word love in Hebrew. And I do have a Bible study series unpacking the different ways you can say love in Hebrew, and also unpacking, on a deeper level, what those words actually mean. This week we are continuing on with our Bible study series about the book of Jasher. I'm not going to delve too heavily into the research right now. I will share some more research with you as we get further into the book. The book of Jasher is a extra canonical book, I would say. I was going to say pseudepigraphal. I think it does fall into that category as well. But I'm going to be reading it from the 2022 edition of the complete 54 book Apocrypha. There is a good version that has been translated by R.H. Charles as well. And so last week we left off in chapter 3 and we were introduced to Enoch, a famous character from the 66 book canon. And in the 66 book canon, basically all it says is that Enoch walked with God and then he was taken up. But in the book of Jasher, just like with some of the other extra canonical books, it talks about the fact that, Enoch separated himself from society for a while after giving them wisdom. And, he was so wise in the world that judges and kings and priests would come to hear from him. But he continued to separate himself to the point where a messenger of the Most High Creator God was sent to him to let him know that God wanted him to come up to heaven or go into the next realm, above what's above the firmament. And I would think it would be the seventh heaven, but I'm not sure. We won't know until, the earth as we know it comes to an end. So I find that to be very fascinating, and I'll share some more research with you about that and Enoch. So anyway, as I was mentioning, we were introduced to Enoch, and he's now gone. And so now we're going to continue reading in the book of chapter 4, the book of Enoch, chapter 4, and it's on page 326. And I'm going to begin in verse 1. And yes, this is my Bible, and I am sort of leaning the book I'm reading on top of it, but I'm not a superstitious person. I always like to have my Bible close by me when I'm talking about the Most High Creator God, even if I'm not reading out of it. So I'm sorry if someone has a problem with that. That's just the way I have a relationship with the Most High Creator God, and I don't believe that he minds that. It's your relationship with him that matters. This is just paper, with writing on it. It's okay if I just rest another book on it. So thank you for your constructive feedback. I will, and I've considered it, but I choose to just continue to have my Bible resting on here. So let's continue reading in chapter number 4, as I mentioned, and I'm going to begin in page 1, and Enoch has been taken up. Beginning in verse number 1. And all the days that Enoch lived on earth were 365 years. And when Enoch had ascended into heaven, all the kings of the earth rose and took his son Methuselah and anointed him, and they caused him to reign over them in the place of his father. And Methuselah acted uprightly in the sight of God, as his father Enoch had taught him. And he likewise, during the whole of his life, taught his sons of men wisdom, knowledge, taught the sons of men wisdom, knowledge, and the fear of God. And he did not turn from the good way either to the right or to the left. But in the latter days of Methuselah, the sons of men turned from the Lord. They corrupted the earth. They robbed and plundered each other, and they rebelled against God. And they transgressed and they corrupted their ways, and would not listen to the voice of Methuselah, but rebelled against him. And the Lord was exceedingly angry against them. And the Lord continued to destroy the seed in those days, so that there was neither sowing nor reaping in the earth. For when they sowed the ground in order that they might obtain food for their support, behold, thorns and thistles were produced, which they did not sow. And still the sons of men did not turn from their evil ways, and their hands were still extended to the evil in the sight of God. And they provoked the Lord with their evil ways. And the Lord was very angry and regretted that he had made man. And he thought to destroy and annihilate them. And he did so. In those days when Lamech, the son of Methuselah, was 160 years old, Seth, the son of Adam, died. And all the days that Seth lived were 912 years, and he died. And Lamech was 180 years old when he took Ashma, the daughter of Elisha, the son of his uncle Enoch, and she conceived. And at that time, the sons of men sowed the ground, and a little food was produced. Yet the sons of men did not turn from their evil ways, and they trespassed and rebelled against God. And the wife of Lamech conceived and bore him a son at that time, at the revolution of the year. And Methuselah called his name Noah, saying, the earth was at rest and free from corruption in those days. And his father Lamech called his name Menachem, saying, this one will comfort us in our work and miserable toil on the earth, which God cursed. And the child grew up and was weaned. And he went in the ways of his father Methuselah, perfect and upright with God. And all the sons of men departed from the ways of the Lord in those days, as they multiplied on the face of the earth, with sons and daughters. And they taught one another their evil practices, and they continued sinning against God. And every man made a god for himself. And they robbed and plundered every man, his neighbor as well as his relative. And they corrupted the earth, and the earth was filled with violence. And their judges and rulers went to the daughters of men and took their wives by force from their husbands according to their choice. And the sons of men in those days took from the cattle of the earth the beasts of the field and the birds of the air, and taught the mixture of animals of one species with the other, in order with them to provoke the Lord. And God saw the whole earth, and it was corrupt, for all flesh had corrupted its ways on earth, all men and all animals. And the Lord said, I will blot out man that I created from the face of the earth. Yes, from man to his birds of the air, together with the cattle and the beasts that are in the field, for I regret that I made them. And all the men who walked in the ways of the Lord died in those days before the Lord brought the evil on man, which he had declared. For this was for the Lord, that they should not see the evil which the Lord spoke of concerning the sons of men. And Noah found grace in the sight of the Lord, and the Lord chose him and his children to raise up seed from them on the face of the whole earth. Moving on to chapter number 5. And it was in the 84th year of the life of Noah that Enoch, the son of Seth, died. he was 905 years old at his death. And in the 179th year of the life of Noah, Canaan, the son of Enoch, died. And all those days of Canaan were 910 years, and he died. And in the 234th year of the life of Noah, Mahalalel, the son of Canaan, died. And all the days of Mahalalel were 895 years, and he died. And Jared, the son of Mahalalel, died in those days in the 336th year of his life. 336th year of the life of Noah. And all the days of Jared were 962 years, and he died. And all who followed the Lord died in those days before they saw the evil which God declared to do on the earth. And after the lapses of many years, in the 480th year of the life of Noah, when all those who followed the Lord had died away from among the sons of men, and only Methuselah was then left, God said to Noah and Methuselah, saying, "Speak and proclaim to the sons of men, saying, Thus saith the Lord, return from your evil ways and forsake your works, and the Lord will relent of the evil that he declared to do to you, so that it will not come to pass. For thus says the Lord, Behold, I give you a period of 120 years. If you will turn to me and forsake your evil ways, then I will also turn away from the evil which I told you, and it will not exist, says the Lord." And Noah and Methuselah spoke all the words of the Lord to the sons of men, day after day, constantly speaking to them. But the sons of men would not listen to them, nor incline their ears to the words that they were hearing, and they were stiff-necked. And the Lord granted them a period of 120 years, saying, If they will return, then God will relent of the evil, so as to not destroy the earth. Noah, the son of Lamech, refrained from taking a wife in those days to beget children, for he said, "Surely now God will destroy the earth. Why then will I beget children?" And Noah was just a man. He was perfect. And Noah was a just man. Sorry, guys. The words are so tiny in this book. Like, it has so many books in it, and they're like tiny, and maybe I need a new prescription. I'm not quite sure. But continuing on, and Noah was a just man. He was perfect in his generation, and the Lord chose him to raise up seed from his seed on the face of the earth. And the Lord said to Noah, "Take a wife for yourself and beget children, for I have seen you righteous before me in this generation. And you will raise up seed and your children with you in the midst of the earth." And Noah went and took a wife, and he chose Naamah, the daughter of Enoch, and she was 580 years old. Wow. And Noah was 498 years old when he took Naamah for a wife. And Naamah conceived and bore a son, and he called his name Japheth, saying, "God has enlarged me in the earth." And she conceived again and bore a son, and he called his name Shem, saying, "God has made me a remnant to raise up seed in the midst of the earth." And Noah was 502 years old when Naamah bore Shem. And the boys grew up and went in the ways of the Lord in all that Methuselah and their father Noah taught them. And Lamech, the father of Noah, died in those days. Yet truly he did not go with all his heart in the ways of his father. And he died in the 195th year of the life of Noah. And all the days of Lamech were 770 years, and he died. And all the sons of men who knew the Lord died in that year before the Lord brought evil on them, for the Lord willed them to die, so as to not behold the evil that God would bring on their brothers and relatives, as he had so declared to do. At that time the Lord said to Noah and Methuselah, stand out and proclaim to the sons of men all the words that I spoke to you in those days. Perhaps they may turn from their evil ways, and I will then relent of the evil and will not bring it. And Noah and Methuselah stood out and said in the ears of the sons of men all that God had spoken concerning them. But the sons of men would not so listen, neither would they incline their ears to all their declarations. And it was after this that the Lord said to Noah, the end of all flesh has come now before me. The end of all flesh has come now before me on account of their evil deeds. And behold, I will destroy the earth. So take gopher wood and go to a certain place and make a large ark for yourself and place it in a spot. Continuing on. And thus you will make it 300 cubits its length, 50 cubits broad, and 30 cubits high. And you will make a door for yourself open at its side, and to a cubit you will finish above, and cover it within and outside with pitch. And behold, I will bring the flood of waters on the earth, and all flesh will be destroyed from under the heavens. All that is on the earth will perish, and you and your household will go and gather 2 of each of all living things, male and female, and will bring them to the ark to raise up seed from the earth, and gather to yourself all food that is eaten by all the animals, that there may be food for you and for them. And you will choose 3 maidens for your sons from the daughters of men, and they will be wives to your sons. And Noah rose up, and he made the ark in the place where God had commanded him. And Noah did as God had ordered him. In his 595th year, Noah commenced to make the ark. And he made the ark in 5 years as the Lord commanded. Then Noah took 3 daughters of Elkanah, son of Methuselah, for wives for his sons, as the Lord had commanded Noah. And it was at that time that Methuselah, the son of Enoch, died. He was 960 years old at his death. Okay, so I'm going to stop there at the end of chapter number 5, because chapter 6 is really long, and I think it's okay to stop there, because we will be doing, I will be recording 2 videos the week of the holidays, closer to the Gregorian New Year. I will put out a few videos, but that was quite interesting. I think there was a typo there with one of the sons of Noah, because I do believe I read Shem twice, and as I was reading it, I sort of paused because I thought I had already read it, but I'll have to watch the video back to see if that was the case. Very interesting. I've found quite a few discrepancies in chapter 1, and particularly chapter 3 from last week. I'll address those as we get sort of to the midway point of the book. But it is very interesting, and as I've mentioned previously when I was discussing this book of Jasher, there are some discrepancies when it comes to the 66 book canon and also the book of Jubilees that we have already gone through together. So I want to thank you guys for clicking on this video. I want to invite you to continue to join me on my personal journey of spiritual growth. I really am so grateful to the Most High Creator God for just showing me that this is definitely something that I believe he wants me to continue doing. I was considering stopping once the lockdowns were lifted, but I was so surprised that I have now I have just over 14,000 subscribers, and when I'm just close to the number on the lower end, I really don't like to like celebrate until I'm like way past like maybe 14,600. But I'm so happy to say that I'm at 14,000 subscribers, just over 14,000, and it really does blow my mind. I know deep down in my soul that this world is not my home. I really feel like I don't belong here. Like, just the way in which people operate in society when it comes to honesty and generosity and kindness and caring for those who are less fortunate and things of that nature. I'm looking forward to spending time with my Creator, and any way I can make that go quicker, or even contribute to the process of letting people know that there is someone that created you. You're not a mistake. You're here for a reason. There's a book that actually says that someone, a being, a supernatural being, knew you like before you were in your mother's womb, like as you came out ready to be formed into a fetus, and it knows the hairs of your head, how many you have, which is amazing. I want you to know that you're not alone, especially during this season, which can be extremely, extremely lonely for people. I also want to let those of you who have shared that you've lost loved ones recently and over, the past few years, I want to let you guys know that I'm thinking about you. I'm praying for you. I'm, asking the Most High to send his holy angels around you to comfort you. And I want you to know that we do have a hope as followers of the way, Yahushua HaMashiach. We have a hope, right? We know that this earthly death is not our final resting place if we have a relationship with the Most High Creator God and we follow his law, statutes, and commandments. And that's really all I want to say. I'm so grateful for everything he's done for me lately with my family. And with that being said, before I say goodbye, I want to remind you that the Most High Creator God, whose name is Yahweh, loves you.